I cannot believe that I am making this video, but today I am going to teach you how to use one of the most useless, if not the most useless, piece of utility inside of the game, and that is going to be the decoy. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what you can do with this if you pick it up from the ground, or if you actually want to buy it. There's a lot of tips and tricks that you can do to trick your opponents with this decoy grenade, and by the end of this video we're gonna have you a lot smarter. But first I have to make you smarter about some Counter-Strike 2 related skin stuff.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
Alright guys, so let's go ahead and talk about the decoy. What are some things that we can do with this to actually provide value and trick the opponents? Now, starting out with pistol round, one thing that I love to do with the decoy when I'm feeling confident and like to fake out my opponents is, obviously on pistol round we only have $800. So one thing I do is I buy a decoy and I buy a deagle, right? And then I throw the decoy, sell the deagle, and just buy armor and get my Glock that's on the ground, right? Now, in doing this, the other team hears the deagle shooting in mid, right? Wherever it lands, and they're saying, guys, one of them has a deagle. One of them has a deagle, right? Now, is this actually going to do much? No, but in pugs, it really psychs out the other team and makes them really start to be distracted, right? Because they're thinking, why is this guy buying a deagle, right? And they're sitting there thinking this stuff, and then you run out B with 5 Glocks, and they're sitting there the whole time utilizing comms for no reason. They're talking about a deagle. Why is this guy buying a deagle? Oh, it's a decoy. You know what I mean? They're using comms, and it's a huge advantage to us, right? It makes it a lot easier for us, and it makes it so that we're just taking up bandwidth for the other team. Now, this is actually a concept that you can do and no matter what round you're playing, right? So one of the things I actually want to utilize more is, say my team is saving, right? My team is completely saving in the round. We have $3,000. If you're queued with a bunch of people, if you guys all have $3,000, you could buy an AK-47, right? Buy a decoy, all of you, and then throw your decoys across the map, right? And spawn, you know, one of you throw them towards A, one of you throw them towards B, and you have to excuse me, I don't actually have decoy bound, so I have to scroll well to it because I don't have it bound. And we throw, like, you know, all these decoys everywhere, right? And then we just do the same concept where we sell the AK and then just get like our pistol or whatever we're doing. And now the other team is like, guys, they bought AKs, right? They bought AKs, they're shooting their AKs, or oh, it's a decoy, but they think that we are on AKs and now we have pistols, right? Or maybe we're on MAC 10s and then we just do a strat that they don't expect us to do because we're on such low buy. Maybe we go 4 underpass, right? Nobody expects 4 AKs to come through here underpass, and then when they come to peek us, they're peeking into 4 people and then they die, right? So these are just some basic ideas that we can do with the decoy. I don't see enough people utilizing that. On maps like Dust 2, I've seen one thing that operators will do is they'll use a decoy, right? You know, maybe this is more useful on Tsite said Mirage. They'll use a decoy, right? And they'll drop it down in like window, and they'll make it shoot, right? It'll shoot. Wait, maybe. There you go. It'll shoot. And then when the enemy hears that sound, sometimes they'll swing because they think they have that little window when the opera can no longer shoot because he has to wait, right?
Let's go. Throwing flashbang.
So if you're opping, the decoy can be very useful to have next to you because it can make people think that you just shot and you can get an easy kill then. It's very nice, very cool little trick you can do. Also, guys, it's something that's super useful in like a, you know, a 2v2 situation. Say you're on T side and it's a 2v2. Your teammate's going to plant the bomb. You could actually like throw a decoy into like Palace and be chilling in ramp, right? And so when they're in the retake, they just hear this decoy in Palace and they're like, huh. It's just, again, more bandwidth, something that they have to think about, and it's just very distracting. And the more you can distract your enemies, the better. So it's just another very good scenario where the decoy actually can be 200 IQ, right? Now, speaking of bomb planting, one of the things that is crazy about the decoy is that if you actually drop a decoy where the bomb was planted, well, anywhere on the map, right? But it's very useful to drop it where the bomb is planted, because if the CTs are going to defuse and they're on 1 HP, the decoy, when it explodes, it actually does damage, right? When it goes to the end of its life, it will damage whoever's standing directly above it. It's something that a lot of new players don't know, but rarely, I'm talking once in like every like 5, 6, 7,000 matches maybe, and maybe even more rare than that. You'll actually see a decoy kill somebody when it explodes, right? Absolutely like crazy thing to happen, but it can happen, right? It can be the difference in the round. So if you have an extra decoy, if you pick it up, like say, you know, one of your enemies bought it, maybe just toss it at the bomb and, you know, see what happens, right? See if it actually matters, right? See if it's gonna be the difference in the round, because it might be. That little bit of damage could actually end up winning you the round. Now, one of my favorite things to do with the decoy, favorite things, guys, is to use it as a fake flash. Using a decoy as a fake flash is just 5,000 IQ. But before I show you how to do that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, and it would mean so much to me if you hit that button. So, the way we use it, voice card. The way we use it as a fake flash is, just throw it like it's a regular flashbang, but we know that we don't have to turn from it, right? So one thing you can do is like you can flash ramp here and know that it's not gonna actually pop. You know that it's a fake, right? But from their perspective, when they see that come in, oh shoot, you know what I mean? Oh shoot. So you can do this everywhere, right? If your teammates are running out ramp, you can be like, guys, don't turn, I'm throwing a fake flash, right? Or if your teammate wants to peek connector, you can be like, okay bro, I'm gonna throw a fake flash in there, and you just throw something like this, because from their perspective, boom, bro, they think like it's actually a flash, and so your teammates just come through here, swing without having to turn at all. Such a good thing to do. I love it. You could utilize it anywhere on the map. In Palace with a teammate pushing into Palace. Oh, don't turn, bro, this is fake, and it's just so good, man. It's actually like one of the best feelings is to get people to turn from a fake flash, right? You can literally throw it anywhere. You can throw it in front of you here while you peek CT, and it's just so good. Now, the one of the coolest concepts I've seen, and this is actually a very old concept, is actually using decoys as fake smokes. Now this is pretty much only going to work at a higher level, and I'm talking like when you're on a really good team that this strategy is the best. But essentially you're throwing your decoys, and you have players drop it to you with a new mechanic where people can drop you, and you're throwing your decoys like you're throwing your smokes, right? So we throw that one and we throw this one, and then have a teammate, you know, throw a decoy that flies through the air, because from the A player's perspective, they see this utility coming in, they see it flying through the sky here. I'll throw one of them. They see util throwing like this, and they're like, okay, well that was a flash, I meant to throw a decoy. They see it flying through the sky, and what they're gonna do, good players, is when they see that util coming in, they're gonna drop their smoke, or they're gonna molly ramp, they're gonna, you know, play their defensive smokes, and the whole strategy is to get the other team's utility out. It's actually so genius, and it's something that I've seen a team doing in like 2016 or 2017. They were doing it, and it was just like 200 IQ, and I want to see more teams do it. All those decoys come flying through the sky, and it looks like a full exec is coming in, and then literally a minute later, or not a minute later, like 30 seconds later, you throw your actual exec. So after you threw those, you got all the utility out, you throw your actual exec. I think that's like extremely useful on like Mirage here. On Inferno B, you know, the B players, as soon as they see those smokes coming in, they're like, oh, smoke banana off, smoke banana, molly it. And it's so good, guys, and it makes it, again, just so stressful for the other team to hold, and just another layer that you're adding into the game. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. These are some ways that you can use the most useless grenades inside a Counter-Strike, but maybe now you can use them to trick your opponent, to psych them out, and really make them mad, because this stuff is extremely tilting when you fall for it. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for the support. It's been amazing over the past months. We're gonna keep grinding, and I hope to see you guys all soon. Go ahead and check out the video on your screen over here right now, and yeah, peace out, guys.